with her. We always talk about summertime and crafting and doing everything with the kids. Ginger Adams is joining us here today with your beautiful children who are on break now.
Oh, yes. They're out for the summer, and how many moms out there are saying, what am I going to do with my kids now that they're home? Well, we've got a lot of ideas for you in the next hour, and that's why I brought Macy and Easton, so that they could show you how much fun crafting, doing cakes and cookies and cupcakes and all these fun things can be if you do it together. So Macy and Easton are going to decorate some cupcakes over here while I take you through how Cricut Cake works.
I love it. So now you get all the professional quality results that you would find out there when you go to a professional cake baker. And I'm not even talking about when you go to the grocery store and you have them make you a cake and it costs, you know, $50, $60, $100. Look at the kind of designs and the kind of things that you can do with the Cricut Cake. Look at this. I mean,
this is all fondant and gum paste. We did this, you know, it's easy because if any of you know the Cricut, you can easily cut out paper, chipboard, magnet material, and now we've created a machine that's food grade material that you can cut out these beautiful intricate shapes and designs using gum paste, using fondant. We've even been able to cut cookie dough and cheese and quesadillas and fruit roll-ups. So I love to say it, you know, I know you guys get sick of hearing it, but the possibilities really are endless. And so should we get right down to it and show you exactly how it works? Okay, so I talked about the materials being food grade materials, and what that means is that we've taken all of the materials that are going to touch your food, and they're food grade. So we're going to start with our mat right here. And you prepare it by taking white shortening, any kind of white shortening, and a pastry brush. The pastry brush I'm using comes in the Cricut Cake Kit. And you're just going to slather that shortening all over your mat. And once you get it coated all over the mat, then you're ready to adhere your fondant or your gum paste. Now, fondant and gum paste, Kathy, can be found anywhere. You know, in craft stores you can find it. You can even find it in, you know, pretty much anywhere you can find it. So what I've done is I colored this gum paste black, just with some gel food coloring, and I rolled it out and I've got it on my mat ready to go. Now I'm going to decorate this cake. Now what you see right here is a white fondant covered cake. Okay, let me give you a little secret. I work, I'm busy. You can call your local bakery and say, I want a 2-tier white fondant covered cake or blue fondant covered cake. And they will do it for you. So you don't even have to turn on your oven, guys, to be able to get, you know, do this. And the cupcakes that Macy and Easton are going to decorate, these cupcakes we just bought at the local grocery store. So, you know what? Don't stress out.
Okay, now, so this is kind of what they look like before. Wait until you see what they look like when they're done. Okay,
so what we're going to do is place the mat in the mouth of the machine, and you press the button that says Load Mat. It loads the mat for you, and you're ready to go. Now, I also like to put my mat in and down just a little bit when I'm using my gum paste, just to make sure it's in there. Now, for those of you who've never seen one of these machines before, one of my favorite features, and I know I say this all the time, but you can change the size. So you can change any image from 1/2 of an inch all the way up to 24 inches or 2 feet, which is amazing because out there in the cake decorating world, they look like cookie cutters. And they're one size and they're one shape, and they can be anywhere from $15 to $80 for these cookie cutters. Well, guess what? With Cricut Cake, you can choose any size you want. So,
and if you have any of the cartridges, any of your regular Cricut cartridges, if you have paper dolls, you can use paper dolls in here.
Exactly. What a cute cake that would be.
Wouldn't that be fun with the little paper dolls? You could have some fun with that.
Exactly. And any of the cake cartridges will also fit in your paper cutting machines, any of your other Cricut machines. All right, so now I've got the size chosen, which is 3.5 inches. I'm going to choose an image. Now here's the exciting part. I'm using the Elegant Cake cartridge. If you were to buy this machine out in the marketplace, you would get the Cake Basics cartridge and the machine, and that is it. When you get it here at HSN today, you're getting the Elegant Cake cartridge. You guys, this is an $80 value, and it is gorgeous. It is chock full of all those images that are going to make you look like the most amazing cake decorator out there. So I've got my image.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull this over here just while you're doing this.
It came up on my screen, so I know before I even cut, I can see it, make sure that's the correct one, which I love because I'm not going to waste any gum paste. I'm not going to make any mistakes. And now I simply press cut, and it's going to cut that image for me. So while it's cutting, should we show them some of the images?
Now, here's the Elegant Cakes cartridge. And this is the one that Ginger's actually taking, she's using right now. And then we'll show you some examples of what you can do with that.
Now, you guys, there's over 700 unique images on this cartridge. I couldn't, of course, put all of them on one board. That would take up the whole entire room. But this cartridge has flourishes. It just has gorgeous images. It has phrases like best wishes, happy birthday,
look at the numbers,
celebrate.
even.
It has a font. Isn't this font
really
absolutely gorgeous? Well, there's actually 3 different kinds of a font.
And there's the letters. You can see right there. Like, look, there's a W.
Yep, isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous?
You can do borders on this, and so this cartridge is absolutely fabulous, and that's what I'm decorating this cake with. In fact, I'm going to do this image a couple of times just so I can show you with one image and one color of gum paste how you can just get an amazingly gorgeous cake. This is another cake right here that you're seeing on the screen. All it was green gum paste, a chocolate fondant. This is the elegant cartridge again, and some ribbon. How?
Love that.
Absolutely. You guys, do you know how much you'd pay for a cake like this? $400.
Yes.
That's how much you'd pay for the cake you just saw up there on the screen.
And just so you know, the cartridge that we're talking about, that's normally like a $70 cartridge. And then another cartridge that would come would be the Cake Basics, which you can see right here. We're also giving you that. So you're getting both of those cartridges included in this collection. But that also has the pretty little crowns and some fun little
I love this
here.
cartridge. It has so many different things on it. Like you said, you have everything from crowns, flowers, fleur-de-lis, to really elegant flourishes. Again, it has another font on it. It has more words. It has things for like showers, or I love the paisley. I did that on a cake, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful borders on the Cake Basics cartridge.
Now,
so,
I even see a couple of colors on here too. You can do that also with this Cricut if you want to do a couple colors.
Oh, you know what? You can layer all day long. In fact, Easton's doing some dinosaurs where he's layering. So when we go back and see Easton's dinosaurs that he's putting on the cake, what that means is, you can do 2 or 3 different colors, and when we show the other cakes. So this is cutting, and I'm just going to show you as soon as this is done. Another thing I love, Kathy, is, a lot of the cutters out there that we talked about before, they're so generic. It's a heart or a star or, maybe a very simple crown shape. With the images that you get with the Cricut Cake machine are so intricate, they're so gorgeous. You could never do this with anything that's out there. And then, you can make things 3D. The cake that they're showing now, this is this birthday princess cake, just so adorable, and it was so easy to do. This cake only took about an hour and a half to decorate. I mean, it's just so intricate. And,
can you imagine if you show up to a baby shower, or you're hosting a baby shower? We all want to have that. And just as Ginger said, she goes, I'm a mom, I'm busy, I work full time.
Exactly.
We're running around. We want to do all of these gorgeous designs. We want those pieces that look like $1 million. This is your way to be able to create that. Now, look what's happening right here. Ginger's actually taking, she's removing.
So I'm peeling the gum paste off. Now here's something I love about this that you can't do with paper. See right here, the extra gum paste I peeled off? I just mold this into a ball, heat it in the microwave for a few seconds, and then I can reuse it. I can re-roll that out, or I can stick it in the freezer, and it will stay fresh in the freezer for months, and you just get it back out. So I'm just going to pop out a couple of these insides. Again, I don't know how close up you can see, but if you can tell the intricacy of what I just cut here, this is so beautiful. Again, people are going to look at what you make, and they're just going to be blown away. Well, they won't believe you. They won't believe that you made it. They'll say, no way that you made that. And you can, oh yeah, I did it with my Cricut cake. So then, I'm just going to gently peel this off the mat. And I'm going to, now because of the shortening that I put on the mat, it made it adhesive on the back. So now all I need to do is just put this right up on my cake, and it's going to stick because of that shortening that was already on there. And then, voila, wait till you see the results. That's the fun part. And we've already been having so much fun with this. Easton's birthday was last month, and so we made a fun cake out of some different things for him. And, it was just so fun when his friends came over, and he was able to say, oh, yeah, look, my mom made the cake, and he's all excited and showing it off. But let me just show you how that looks now that that's on there. Isn't that just absolutely breathtaking?
And let me just say, this isn't because this beautiful girl sitting next to me happens to be a fabulous cake decorator. We can bring in a professional baker and bring them on into the show. Like she said, she doesn't have a lot of time, so she'll even call up a place and say, hey, I want a double layer cake.
Oh, yeah.
I want it round, and I want it just covered in fondant.
Exactly.
And then she takes and she does this. When someone says, did you make the cake? You know what they're talking about? They're talking about the way that it looks when you're done.
Oh, yeah.
This is a way to be able to create that. And I had somebody ask me about the Cricut cake. They said, well, could you take and could you use this? Let's say you have buttercream frosting, and you're a buttercream frosting person. So have a cake, do a buttercream frosting, but do it smooth as you can, and then add this with the gum paste or the fondant, and add that right on into there. So it's still all edible and everything. Now you have just a really beautiful design that you can add to it, which
is buttercream.
What you're doing right here.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, Macy's got some cute little flowers that she's done on top of the cupcakes already. And yeah, all this is buttercream. And so see how cute that is? Look at how much that added right there to the top of that. And then look at Easton's little dinosaur that he's got.
He even did a 2-layer dinosaur.
Yep, look at that, his brown and green dinosaur. And see, again, this is just quick. You know what you can even do? You can pre-make these. And see how they're on the mat right here? You can just put that right in your freezer. If you know your party's not for a month, put this in your freezer, get it out, buy the cupcakes, and then you're ready to go. Look at that. Isn't that great? I mean, and you know what? Look how much fun.
Little Easton's trying to reach over and get these here.
Here, guys, we'll scooch this up. Can you reach that, Mace? Is that okay?
You can see. She's already done.
Oh, she's already done. Well, I think, Macy, you should cut some more. There's some green gum paste over there, honey, underneath the white, if you want to cut some more out.
There you go.
Or here it is, sweetie. Yep. Look at that. She's already done. You can do something else. There we go.
Wait, imagine now having those crafts that you can do. A lot of people were out watching the soccer game, I'm sure, on...
Oh, of course, yeah.
The other day. So, I don't know if we're allowed to call it, like you can't say the big football game of the year, you can't say what that is. But look at how intricate these designs are, and you can do the double layers, and that's what Easton's doing. Came home, and my daughter was babysitting, and she was watching a couple of the other neighborhood kids who'd all come over we'd all gone out to watch the game, and we headed out to the beach. And they had decorated cupcakes when we came home, and it said USA on the cupcakes. I'm like, how cool is that? And she was doing them individually, like with a U on one and S on one. And then she goes, wait a minute, I can shrink these down. I was able to cut it down to the USA and be all on one side. It gives something fun to do. And guess what? There's no baking required. There's no extra additional work. And if you buy the sheets, because you can actually even buy sheets, the fondant sheets, and you can do that. Fondant can be very difficult and challenging sometimes to make. You can buy it.
Exactly.
So you can go to your local craft stores and you can do it. And you can take and you can roll that out. We'll also work with different thicknesses. You can use this with some of like the luncheon meats too. So you can do some fun little stuff like that too.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I said to the kids, I said, I'm going to cut cookie dough. And we did. We got it out.
Did you do cookie dough?
We did. It was
so glad to know, because I was wondering.
It was so great. Sugar cookie dough, the only trick is you freeze it.
That's what I was going to say.
You roll it out on the mat, then you put the mat in the freezer just for like 10-15 minutes, get it out, cut the cookies, put it back in the freezer so that the cookies don't kind of go all over the place, and then you bake it, and it was great. We had so much fun. And then the fun thing is that when you put the gum paste on top, then it's just that added layer, that added dimension.
All right.
So I'm just still going to cut, but you know what? Let's do while this is cutting. Let's show some of these, because this is the fun part, and I loved getting to this part because, for example, right here, these are cookies, okay? So if you can see that, we've just got...
Great.
Isn't this fun? So, you know, a little cookie bouquet, you've got a new neighbor.
Do you know how expensive those are to get the cookie bouquets done?
So expensive, yes. And you know what's great about this is personalization. You know, Macy and Easton's names are spelled a little different. So if I have someone that I need to spell their name a certain way, you know, I can customize it exactly how I want, do whatever colors I want. This is just, it was so easy. And now this, look at all the different size circles. I don't need to have all those different size cutters. I have the one machine, I change it, and boom, it's done. Now this is what excites me. I get really into this kind of stuff. Okay, we did the cake, the cowboy cake.
Oh, there's the paisley.
The cake. Yep, isn't that cute? There's the paisley. There's the cowboy boot. Now, you're having a party, right? So that's great. You have the cake. You take the cake cartridge out of the cake machine. You put it into your Cricut Expression or your version 1 that we're going to be selling in a little bit in this hour. And you make all the other things. So you make the invitation and it matches. You make, you know, the nameplate and it matches. The little party hat. The little star for the cupcake. So do you see what I mean? So now instead of just a cake, you've got a whole party theme. I mean, you are going to be just the most killer person in your neighborhood, I'm telling you. And you know what? If you're a teacher or a preschool teacher or a grandma or an aunt or, you know, whatever it is, you're going to find uses for this.
Yeah, and look at some of these gorgeous cakes,
too. So this is the same image that I'm doing over there. All this was, again, a 3-tiered cake with black gum paste. And you know what? This is one of the most popular designs right now. The black and white in the wedding world is so popular. This cake right here would cost $800.
Yes.
$800. It blows me away.
Well, and then imagine then you have a groom's cake and a bride's cake.
Oh, yeah. You've got it. And then you eat it. You know, I love this. We have to say, I made this morning for Adam's dad, because guess what, guys? Father's Day is coming up. His dad's name is Brian. We have the old-fashioned cards on the side. You know what? I found so many uses for this machine lately. And then, of course, cookies, holiday cakes.
And we do have a holiday cakes cartridge, too, that you can purchase, which is really nice.
And
that's
then there's
great
the
for this
birthday
one, all
cakes.
the ornaments and everything on there, too.
And then here's the cake again that you saw a minute ago. Again, this was done with the Elegant Cakes cartridge. Really simple. Look at the intricacy, though. There are not cutters out there that can do that. And then who wants to invest $50 in one cutter? You know, there's 700 images on each machine. Again, you know, your sister has a baby. Take over this adorable cake, or volunteer to do the baby shower cake in your neighborhood, because I'm telling you, when everybody sees what you're going to make, they are going to be blown away. Now, this cake right here, you would never know it, but this was done with the Elegance Cake cartridge. It's just a little bit different feel and flavor.
And you did it kind of whimsical.
Yeah, it's very whimsical. So it just shows you the different kind of, from one cartridge and all those images, what you can get from it. And again, just a couple of more. This is so fun. And you guys, it's so easy to form gum paste and fondant into these images. All you do is you take something that's round, like, you know, at Easter egg time, or at Easter time, the eggs. You just take a half of one of those plastic eggs and put that in, and it kind of forms, and then it dries.
Perfect.
And then you put it on there. So, I mean, just so many fun things. Again, more cookie bouquets, cupcakes. This love cake was made off of the Holiday Cakes cartridge. So I'm telling you, just so much fun. And again, my kids are so busy over here. I love this.
Right. Now, look at this.
You know, they're so busy. They're just busy working. Macy's making all these cute little leaves to go on the top of her cute flowers, and Easton's still working on his dinosaurs. But the thing about this, too, Kathy, is this bundle is amazing. Oh, look, they're showing them. Look how cute they are, all decorated.
Now, here was just an ordinary cupcake. You put the flower on top, and it looks different.
Exactly.
But, you know, Easton doesn't want the flowers. He wants to have something really cool with the dinosaurs. But here's the thing. There's that great sense of accomplishment that makes you really feel good, that makes you feel proud.
Exactly.
Maybe it's you as a mom, or it's you as the aunt, or somebody who wants to really do something that's great and special. Maybe you have a budding young talent in your home. This is a way of being able to keep the kids at home to do these really cool things. If you already have a regular Cricut machine, any of the individual cartridges that you might have for cutting the paper that you would use, you can now take and you can use inside of here. It's safe. It's all done with food quality designs. And then all you do is you roll out the fondant, or you can even use it, those little, like the fruit gel, like roll kind of things. You can use that with those, too. So there are a lot of different things that you can do. Obviously, the majority of the time, you're going to use it for the cakes. Love the idea of the cookies. And Ginger was saying she did a sugar cookie on there, too. But even if you just had the cookie and it was just like a little round cookie, but now you put the little dinosaurs right on top of that, or you put the beautiful flowers or the paisley on there.
Guess what? Start a business. You know, start a business. I have a friend who's so excited she got this home. She's starting a business, you know, and I have a lot, we have professionals who've called us up, who've bought the machine, and some really famous ones, as a matter of fact, that you've seen on TV. You'll notice in the background, you'll see the red Cricut Cake machine if you look close. Yep, so anyway, that's Cricut Cake. It's fun, it's easy to do, and I'm telling you, we're going to have fun this summer, right, guys? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have fun cutting some paper, too. We are going to be continuing on. If you have yours right now, please continue to stay there. And in fact, if you own any of our Cricut machines, we'd love to hear from you and hear what you have to say about these pieces. Now, we don't want you to miss out on this. We also have